tight end top 5.
Oh man, the top 5 has really taken a beating with Goddard and Ertz getting hurt, Waller on IR. So it's pretty interesting this week. But I have Kelsey and Andrews top 2, and then I have Dalton Schultz number 3, Kyle Pitts number 4, and TJ Hawkinson number 5.
Whoa, Kyle Pitts number 4. That I did not expect
Yeah,
that. You're high on Mariota this week. I don't know how.
Apparently, I don't know what's going on. I only have projected for like 165 yards.
Like I said, just sniffing on some of that stuff that he was when he fucking rolled over and threw a pick 6 that didn't count.
Oh, being high on Kyle Pitts isn't like an ayahuasca thing or anything. But I mean, like I said, the tight end position has been gutted, absolutely gutted. So who do you have?
I have Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson, Kittle, Freiermuth.
Oh, Freiermuth. Get out of here with that. No.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know they're I'm 0.2 apart. But wait, where did you have Pitts? Did you say where you have Pitts?
Not in the top 5. Well, let's see. Let me find.
Is he like 6 or 7?
No, he is.
Who do you have? George Kittle there? Give me a break.
I'd go 4th. I have Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson, Kittle, Freiermuth, Schultz, Dulcich, Pitts 8.
Okay, well, I mean, this is just proving my point that outside of the top 2, it's kind of a dumpster, not a dumpster fire, but it's super close.
Yeah.
I mean, Higbee's going to see a big boost potentially with Cooper Kupp out. Dulcich is great. So it's just, there's a lot of, Foster Moreau's probably, borderline top 10 option now, but just with, Ertz and Goddard being out, it just really opened up sort of like the tight mid-range tight end one for me.
All right, who you on?
So I'm high on Dalton Schultz. Like I said, he's my tight end 3 this week. And his value has skyrocketed over the past couple weeks. Like I said, Zach Ertz being out for the year, Dallas Goedert getting hurt, Darren Waller on IR, Schultz has emerged and he appears to be fully over his PCL injury that was bugging him the past few weeks. He had a nice 6-catch, 54-yard game with a touchdown following their bye week. He ran a 73% routes run rate, which is the first time he's cleared 70% since week 4. And he feasts against zone. And the Vikings have played zone at the second highest rate, although they have been playing a little bit more man with Patrick Peterson playing well of late. But it doesn't matter. Either way, should be a great spot for Schultz. So I'm projecting him closer to 5 catches and 50 yards with 0.4 receiving touchdowns. So he's back inside my top 5 going forward.
Yeah, that's you have him like a half a catch higher than me. That's interesting. I have him at 4.2. I mean, he's still my tight end 6, but I
rounded up. Technically, it's 4.8, but
okay.
I've been told to round things to the nearest half. But yeah, 4.8, 48 yards to be technical.
Yeah. So I have him 4.2 for 42. So yeah, I'm a half a catch, like 0.6 catches lower. That's interesting. I have him projected for 73% routes. So, I wonder what's
what is your tight end?
6.
6? Oh yeah, just off. Okay.
I am high on Freiermuth. I have him as my tight end 5. He had 75 yards and 5 catches in the first meeting against the Bengals. Last week, it was the first week without Chase Claypool, but he didn't do much. Remember, he was going against that Saints defense that's number 1 in DVOA against tight ends. So they don't really give up much to the position, but the Steelers did go with a little bit more 2 tight end personnel, and Freiermuth was able to run a route on 90% of the dropback. So going forward without Claypool, I think Freiermuth is going to see his route participation rate continue to tick up above his season average, which is around 75%. So I think Freiermuth, and remember, Tomlin did say, Freiermuth is going to be that guy that's going to replace a lot of Claypool's production. So wasn't a good spot for him last week, but like him this week as my tight end 5.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I do like that call. I wrote my notes. Just the fact that Claypool's out of the picture is a huge boost for Freiermuth. That was the first game this year. He's had even over an 80% routes run rate. So It was 90%. And yeah, it was a tough matchup. I think it was Caden Ellis, the Saints linebacker, made a great play on Freiermuth. Freiermuth looked like he was going to be open for like a 30+ yard gain. And Ellis just broke at the right time, made a great play. So yeah, no, the needle is definitely pointing up on Freiermuth going forward.
Who you on?
I'm low on Juwan Johnson against the Rams. I know he's a popular way. Oh, great. Do you have him?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
I'll make
good.
it
Great
quick.
call. It's a great call.
Yeah, but just the fact that he's getting waiver wire buzz, I just want to pump the brakes on him a little bit. He has had a nice past, few weeks. And he does carry some nice weekly upside. There's some times we talk him up, but he's really just a mid-range tight end too going forward. And he took advantage of Adam Troutman being out of the lineup for a couple of games, Jarvis Landry being out for several games. But his routes run rate fell back down to earth, 65% last rate, which is what we'd expect from him going forward. Plus, Taysom Hill's been factoring in more as a pass catcher. His routes run rate has been around 35% the past 3 games. So there's just so many different weapons and pieces in this offense. So it's going to be hard for Johnson to put up consistent, tight end 1 value. So I'm a bit lower than ECR. I have him as my tight end 17 to open the week.
Yeah, he's my tight end 26.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close, but
low.
Yeah, no, and I have him projected for 75% routes, but when you look at his underlying use metrics, he's targeted on just under 15% of his routes as the tight end. And he's been very touchdown dependent. Like he hasn't had a 50-yard game yet this season, I believe. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, he hasn't cleared 44 yards in a game. So he hasn't even had a 45-yard game. So he's really doing it all on touchdowns. He is third on the team in red zone targets, but we know week to week that's going to kind of be tough to count on. This Rams Saints game, the total is 38. And I think both teams are kind of going through some things on offense, the offensive line. And this Saints team, it's really just tough to project. Like even Alvin Kamara week to week, the usage isn't always there. And, Traquan Smith got 1 snap last week. Callaway was a scratch. Like you just never know what they're going to do in terms of the game plan for these guys. So I think you have to just naturally be conservative. And the Rams are allowing the 7th fewest schedule adjusted receiving yards per game to the tight end position at 39, according to Football Outsiders. So not a great matchup either. So yeah, I'm low on Johnson as well. All right, let's go with a prop. Let's go with Greg Dulcich for the prop because his usage has been great, but he had a pretty big dud last week in a spot that I thought he could have some success. So now, I know, he's only played 4 games, so a lot of people are gonna wonder, can I trust this guy after he just had 1 catch for 11 yards last week, his lowest of the season. So I am going to go Greg Dulcich receiving yardage, and let's put it at 42.5.
Ooh, good line. To be fair, any tight end not named Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews is, dud prone. So I wouldn't write him off quite yet. I do like him this week, but I have him closer to 40.
Okay.
But I'm also projecting Judy and Hamler to play. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit lower. Do you have both guys returning, or do you have Judy?
Yeah, but not running a full complement, not playing a full complement of stats though. But yes.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. That's what makes this tricky. But I'll lean under. But yeah, Judy and Hamler out. Like I'm gonna have this in the 50s, I think.